Jammin with Jay. Wednesday nights from 6 to 9.
I'm interviewed today with JBeats, a producer, which we were talking about earlier on. What is up? What is up?
Nothing much. I'm good. I'm out here.
Okay, so describe yourself a little bit for us. Like, who are you as a producer?
As a producer, I'm a musician as well. First of all, I came to York and I studied jazz and everything, and then I got into digital media as well, electronics, and I really got into the audio engineering of everything, and I fell in love with the production. As people said, you know, you have the ability, you know, to step into the borders of hip hop. So then I did that, and here we are right now.
So you said you're a musician as well. Like, what was it that actually got you into playing instruments?
Oh man, playing instruments, that was forced.
That was forced?
Yeah, that was
what
forced.
What did you play?
It was forced. So I played the piano.
Okay.
Piano. So at 5, my mom came up to me and she was like, "You're gonna play the piano," because you know they had this thing like where if you play an instrument, your mind, it opens up your mind and all that.
Yeah.
So I got into it. I didn't like it at first. I told her I want to get out. I want to get out. She said no. She started crying, tell me a story. She wanted to play the piano, but she couldn't afford it. She had a piano and her fingers couldn't fit on the keys because it was too, like, the piano was too small.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just continue. I continued. I got into it. I fell out for a bit.
Yeah.
Then I got back into it again. I'm in university for it, so it's
Oh,
like,
look at that.
there you go.
Shout out to moms.
You know. And
Shout out to moms.
What other instruments you play?
I play sax, clarinet, drums.
See, I'm jealous of you. He's all dirty though.
Oh, recorder.
You don't know about that.
I'm jealous. I always wanted to play like the saxophone.
Yeah.
I tried to
Honestly,
teach myself piano and I'm like, screw this.
Do you do your beats like live and set, or do you do it by like actual like technology, computers, and all that stuff?
I mix it up. When I do most things live, and I try to do my like automation, which is the mixing of everything, the sounds. I try to do it all live, you know, because people are getting boring now. People are using like just the software and it's robotic.
Yeah.
I don't try not to be a robot with music.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, like, that's the thing. Like when you do it live and use automation, all that stuff that they give you now, it's just a little bit better because you're in the moment of the music, right? It's not, if something's off by 1 millisecond, it's like that happens, right? Like you can't really change it. It's not. It's you don't have the time to go back and change it. You really wanted to. Technology gives you the capability to do that, but live music is always it's a different sound for people. It's a different sound, right? So that's good.
It's the natural sound. That's what I like.
Yeah.
Okay, so you work with BCB right now, but tell us about A2H.
Well, A2H is a group started in my neighborhood. First of all, shout out to South Max still. No, but A2H. It started off like about 5 years ago with Chris G-Lock, that's his name, and basically they started off everything, and the producer was Millie Akil, who I grew up with from when I was young, and basically he was making the beats and everything, and he was the person who was really behind me to get into production. So what happened was I started making beats behind him, and you know they guided me in some form, told me what beat was whack, what beat was not, you know, and I took the criticism well. So from there I improved, and now like we have a mixtape coming out. I have 3 mixtapes coming out with. I have one coming out with G-Lock, one with Schemes, which is Crooked Way of Life. You're probably gonna hear some of the music from that, and another one called Guns and Money. But yeah, that's for the underground, I guess.
Okay, how did you start with BCB?
With BCB, one of the artists in A2H, he didn't break out per se, but he multitasks with his music. So he's in 2 groups. He was with A2H and he's with BCB. And we were at a session with Shah Hustle, and he was hearing the beats that we were playing, and he was digging the sound. He said it was nice and dark. He wanted something like that, and it was different because everyone was doing trap. So what I did is I kind of put a dark sound with the trap, with the 808, just to make it sound like, you know, cooler, sound it more, make it connect to the underground and the streets, and connect to, you know, the trap people, the swag people.
Yeah.
And then from there, that's where we're going. So the music I have with him, with Shah Hustle, is gonna be nice. and that's how I got into BCB.
Okay.
Because Shah Hustle's big in Toronto. He's big. So if you're in Scarborough, oh my God, Shah Hustle. If you're in Galloway, Shah Hustle, yeah. So after that, I was like, man, yo, we gotta work. Most of the songs I produced were for A2H.
Yeah.
I had a few tracks that were supposed to come out with P Rain, but that's on a stall. And he has that American tape coming out.
Yeah.
And we're just trying to figure out everything, cause you know, like the whole licensing and everything you have to put together.
Who else have you worked with?
Who else have I worked with?
Like, have you worked with any
I've
big
worked
names?
with someone from Mohawk. I worked with EJ Grant.
Yeah.
Oh, we know Bosky and Click.
EJ Grant, yeah. Those guys are cool.
Is there anyone else you would like to work with? Like, do you have any?
Do I want to work?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I want to work with everyone. I want to work with Drake. I want to work with Kendrick Lamar. I wouldn't mind working with The Weeknd. You know, just get some hooks from him.
Why not? Right?
I don't know. I want to work with Joey Badass.
Okay, he was just here the other day.
Yeah, he was.
That's some serious
I want to
stuff.
work with Joey. I want to work with CJ Fly. ASAP Rocky for sure.
Yep.
ASAP Rocky. I'm digging the whole ASAP crew. And Odd Future. That's weird, but I don't know. I like Earl Sweatshirt. So
Earl Sweatshirt's like the dopest one in the whole crew.
yeah, he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
So sick.
So, like,
Do you have any like cool tag on your beats? Like JBeats on the beat.
JBeats on the bar. That's what it is.
That's what it
Oh,
is.
really?
you actually did that one?
Yeah. No. The producer for A2H did it, Millie. And then I just took it off a track. I was like, I had the scratcher, the DJ, so I'm like, chit.
Yeah.
Just put it on. So I was like, that.
Nice.
But
could do
I
the
want to have one with a
voiceover
nice
for
voice.
I'll do the voiceover for it.
That sounds good.
Jay Beats on the bar.
So you said you studied at York, right?
Yeah.
What do you think you've been able to take from school to put into your music? Because so many people are like, I'm doing this music thing. I'm not gonna go to school. Forget it. I have this. So like, how have you been able to benefit from something that no one else is doing?
Yeah, you know, like at first I wanted to, like first year I wanted to drop out. But basically they gave me the eye of like, to look really into the art of music. To look at the whole big picture and to draw different things. They taught me how to draw different things and how to bring it, to make it more like understanding to my music. So with jazz, I thought jazz had nothing to do with hip hop. Of course, that was crazy. Now I'm learning that hip hop is what came out of jazz.
Do you think that you have the upper hand when it comes to other producers?
Upper hand, yeah. In terms of theory, I learned a lot of theory. I learned like everything about music. Every key on the piano, every chord, every this. You have to learn everything, and you have to learn everything that Beethoven did, Mozart, all those people. You know, that's the fundamentals. And once you get the fundamentals, then it just becomes so easy because you know hip hop came out of something that didn't require that much theory. Like you know, they just had their scratch machine, they had a record, and they put it together because they didn't have the instruments. They couldn't afford it at the time. So then, there you go. They make their music off of what they hear. But when you go to university and you do music, you're also building a network.
Yeah.
Because I'm meeting people that used to go to Mohawk. I'm meeting people that used to go to Mohawk and now go to York for music. And you know, they're telling me about all these things. And I'm also meeting people like Janelle, who's at the radio show. And I'm meeting Jay. You know, it's just it's crazy. You meet people from all over the place and it's all about networking and you know building relationships. It helps you with your career. Not just that, it's a positive thing. Meeting new people is always a positive thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because like if you don't meet the people that you need to meet and kind of help push you or put what you're doing past the people you know, then like it's just gonna be with the people you know, right?
Exactly.
So that's definitely is a big thing with the social media and networking in person. Especially is definitely a big thing.
If you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't doing music, I would probably be doing, I don't know what I would be doing. Honestly, music was like a last minute choice. When I got the offer, like when I found out I made the audition, because you have to audition.
Yeah.
Music was supposed to be like the last choice, honestly. I was gonna choose kinesiology and go like the science path. My mom, she does music, but as well as she's chiropodist, a foot doctor. So I felt I should choose the one that I auditioned for, because that's something I work towards, and people see your talent and they're like, you know what, you're in.
Yeah.
Urban planning, they didn't see my talent in it. They just saw my grades. Kinesiology, they just saw my grades, and I didn't feel really like driven to it, motivated. So I was like, I'm just going towards something that I feel I work towards.
What do you think is the longest time you think you've worked on one beat?
The longest time I've ever worked on one beat, I would say 3 days.
3 days to work on a beat.
And the fastest, 15 minutes.
Are you serious?
Yeah. But you know, the funny thing is the 15-minute song was a record before the 3 days one. The 3 days one is not a record. I'm saving that.
Okay.
So I seen online that you're opening up for Gunplay. How did you get that gig?
Oh, Gunplay? That was through BCB. Shout out to Cokeys Cartel, he runs it. BCB.
We got a Jammin' with Jay. Still on air with JBeats. He kicks in. One time it's nice. This sounds old school to me.
Yeah, it's old school. It's called Church, right? Yeah, I don't remember.
The only time I've seen this guy smile is when he's been talking about music.
Exactly.
This whole time, like he's explaining his life. Like I went
Music
to
is his
school,
life.
straight face. Yeah, the beat's old school, giant smile. Exactly.
He loves it. There you go. That's his life right there, right? But yeah, so if you have anyone that you want to shout out to as well, shout out to your Twitter and all that stuff, so people can get to follow you, buy your stuff and whatnot, then you can do so.
Yeah, let's get it. Twitter at JBeats in the cut. At JBeats in the cut. I have to say it like
In
that.
the
So
cut,
people know how to
making
spell
beats
it.
up.
But
Yep.
in the cut. That's exactly it. It's
Go
catchy.
and do
It's like,
beats up.
I went with it. That's my Instagram too.
JBeats in the cut.
There you go. See, look at that.
Exactly.
I'm auditioning right
Do you
now.
have anything else? Your
You
Bandcamp,
made it.
your SoundCloud, or all that jazz?
SoundCloud.com/JBeats in the cut. Same thing. Instagram, JBeats in the cut. You know, I just wanted to get into people's head. Like, you put JBeats in the cut on YouTube, you're like, oh, look at all the videos. Yeah. So, like, I just wanted it to be, like, something that just plays on after a while.
Yeah.
Shout out to, who should I shout out? Maybe shout out my brother, Jonathan, Jace, Young Tay, my cousin, obviously my mom, and Pops.
Yeah.
And my grandma for sure, because that's where I'm staying, and she loves me. So.
Nice.
And
I love your grandma.
yeah, she's doing it. And as well, Paris Rose, J Dash, Burns, G-Lock, Schemes, Looney Blue, Shy Hustle, DCB, all of you guys, Cokes, Bino, what's up?
Thanks for coming in today. Really appreciate it.
No problem.
And once again, I'm going to end it with this one, which is playing in the background. We have Praise Due to the Most High. But if you guys do want to check his stuff out on Bandcamp as well, you said SoundCloud and everything else, Instagram as well, Twitter. But jbeatsmusic.bandcamp.com, you guys can check the one that I've been playing in the background for most of the interview for you guys. It is $5, but it's definitely worth listening to. We have good and evil. If you guys want to, it just sets the mood. Just sets the mood for you guys.